Hey everybody, this is Smoking in G Sharp, and I'm coming in with a end of the year video and wishing all of you a happy new year to come. Oh my word, we need a happy year. Come on, people, let's get back into the fun of things. What happened to this world? We're so sad and serious now and want to yell at each other. Wow. Anyway, I digress. I'm in here today to talk about Bavljenac. Bavljenac. Oh my gosh, I try my best at these words. Bear with me. It's a great little island out of a set of islands off of Croatia, and it's the island of 1,000 walls. Really, really trippy. Let me go down to a few pictures and show you before I talk about it. You can see it is right here in the Adriatic Sea off of Croatia. And there it is. A very interesting shape, you know. I mean, could call that natural, but it looks just a hair on the man-made side. Now, the thing is they have all of these walls. As you can see, they've outlined them here. Let me make this bigger. Let me make me smaller and this bigger. Here we go. And this is an aerial view. And check this out. These are all these little walls on this small island. It's not very big. Has a really nice beach going all the way around it as well. You see that? And they say it looks like a fingerprint, and it does. You know, very, very interesting. Okay. So anyway, the write-up that I've read on this, I'll put it right here so you can kind of read it yourself as we go, just talks about it being basically made by farmers. You know, that this is how they did some irrigating, planting and growing, I guess. I'm not quite sure what they're trying to say, but it estimated that 300 farmers would have built 106 kilometers of wall. Interesting. Personally, that's a nice story. I'm not buying it. Let me bring up another picture here and show it in color. Let's get a couple of these in color. Here's a little bit of the island. And as you can see, it is really beautiful. And look at this, I mean, the almost perfect little mini beach that goes around it. And, hold on a second. Everybody knows how I feel about yard streams, constant, perpetual clicking stuff here. I've got to stop, I've got to start. It's just that I'm almost there, people, I'm almost there. Here we go. All right. And here you have people standing on the remnants of these walls. I don't understand what kind of farming they would have had to. I mean, most farming, yes, you want to hold in the good soil. You don't want it to erode into the ocean. I get that. I really do. However, this just doesn't make sense to me as anything farming. I mean, what is it? Was it a community garden in the center of some, you know, agricultural center? I don't know. It just seems like it was for something else, and it's what I call a remnants, a pocket of survival from the melty mud flood Tartarian whatever happened era. I think that they kind of blend. My humble opinion is that Tartaria, you know, the mud flood melty brick building thing was all kind of interlocked, interrelated somehow. And I also feel that there was a time of overlay where the mythical beasts of dragons, for one, and the giants lived with us humans. You know, there was a time when we coexisted. Let me take a sip of coffee. That is really, really good coffee. And it is really early in the morning for me. And my gosh, this morning I got up at 5. I don't know why. But so I said, well, I'm going to sit down and do this video, talk a little bit about something interesting, and also, you know, me questioning their storyline, as I put it. Hold on a second. I'm really trying to grab this screen again. And it's just... Okay, so... Yeah, they're saying that this was probably... Are they going to give us a year? Because they usually like to do that. You know, they like to stay in control of time, which is one of my big themes coming up in 2022. I'm going to try and do a bunch of live streams and have people just check in and tell us what they think about time, you know, predicting time, things that happened in the past. It could be past time, you know, anything you want to talk about that connects with time. Yeah, because they just like to throw, you know, time at us. Do they not? Let's put it that way. So I want to throw time back. Yeah, this doesn't look like... I think I'll have to go back and read. It's very early in the morning. I didn't grab the whole Wikipedia version. But I think this goes back to, I think, just like the very late BC, like 250 BC to their usual knee-jerking 1100 AD. Everything either happened from 1100 AD back to 2500 BC. I laugh every time. Now they actually have been moving the goalposts. They're getting brave now. They're starting to say, you know, 75 million years ago. Oh, right. Like you could figure out what happened. Please. This island, though, it's very interesting. Yeah, I just don't see this as farming. I don't get it. I mean, I guess rice paddies, I don't know. I mean, it possibly could be farming. But it sure has withstood the test of time. If, you know, even today, if you go into things like this that were made back in the 1800s, they haven't stood up as well as this has. This is pretty well built for being as old as... Let me see if I can find anything else on this. Let me see if I can take this back to a Wikipedia. There's Max. I have Max on here. That's cool. No, I didn't grab it. Gosh darn it. Okay. Well, I tried. It's early. Let me share another picture. There we go. Yeah, let me see if I can make it a little bigger. And it's so perfectly shaped for what it is. It looks, I guess, kind of like a teardrop in a sense, or like a drop of water. But it's very, very pristine and different, you know? And even if the Tartarians did their brickwork on this island, let's also take into consideration, you know, mud fossil and mud flood. I also have a feeling that the Tartarians like to build upon the creatures that lived before them, you know, the dinosaurs and the dragons and the large creatures, you know, that were on this planet. I think there was an energy source there. And so this very well could have been a very early, huge type animal, and they were drawing some resources off of it, you know. it also very well could have been an area where they, where they pan for gold. They keep them in chutes and they run the dirt down and catch the heavier gold. It could be something like that. Very interesting island. And then probably in 200 BC, they said, hey, let's try and farm on this. That's very probable. But I don't think that's what it was originally built for. And anyway, I guess I will take it down here because I'm going on the 10 minutes. But I wanted to, yes, once again promote having a weekday. And when I say day, it could be in the evening. I'm just going to try and hit it all around different places until I guess I find my niche. And I'm also very busy, I've been painting rooms. And we are almost done with our last room. Hallelujah. And moving on to new prospects. So in the meantime, please check out future broadcasts, live streams, talking about time. I'd like to see you there. And I'm going to have a small open panel. I'd love for you to come up on the channel. I don't pay for StreamYard, so I think I'm allotted 5 other people or something like that. But it just have a fun time talking about time, in other words. Yeah. Well, anyway, you all be well and stay frosty.